Your brain has no chance. Your thumb opens the app before your brain decides to. You think you chose to open it. You didn't. The app chose you, and it used your own brain against you to do it. This is not an accident. It is a system, and that system has a name: gamification. Gamification means taking the psychological mechanics that make games addictive, rewards, streaks, progress bars, levels, and wiring them directly into apps that have nothing to do with games. Fitness apps, language apps, shopping apps, social media, even your bank's mobile app in some markets. The game layer is everywhere, and most people never see it. Let's pull it apart, one mechanism at a time, starting with the one that hooks you the fastest. Move 1. The variable reward loop. This is the engine under everything. In the 1950s, psychologist B.F. Skinner ran a now famous experiment. He put pigeons in boxes with levers. When a lever press always gave food, the pigeons pressed it calmly. When the food came randomly, sometimes yes, sometimes no, the pigeons became obsessed. They pressed the lever compulsively. That is called a variable ratio reinforcement schedule, and it is the most powerful behavior locking pattern ever discovered in psychology. Pull down to refresh your Instagram feed. Sometimes 10 new posts appear. Sometimes 2. Sometimes 40. You never know what you'll get. That unpredictability is not a bug. It is the design. Former Google design ethicist Tristan Harris has publicly described the pull-to-refresh mechanic as a slot machine built into your phone. The term he uses is a slot machine in your pocket. His argument: the randomness is the product. Your brain releases dopamine, the motivation chemical, not when you get a reward, but when you anticipate one that might come. The uncertainty is what fuels the craving. Unpredictable feeds keep you guessing, and your brain keeps pulling the lever. Move 2. The streak. This one is almost cruel in how simple it is. Duolingo is probably the most studied example of streak mechanics in a consumer app. Open the app. Do one lesson. Come back tomorrow. A flame icon appears. Day 2 it grows. Day 7 it glows. Miss a day. The flame dies. And here is the behavioral trick. The pain of losing a streak you have built is psychologically stronger than the pleasure of building it. This is loss aversion, a well-documented cognitive bias first described by researchers Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. The streak is not a reward for learning. It is a hostage. You keep coming back to protect what you have already built, not because you want it, but because losing it hurts. Many apps that use streak mechanics, Duolingo, Snapchat, fitness trackers in some markets, also offer a streak freeze feature. You can pay or earn a token to protect your streak if you miss a day. That is the streak being monetized directly. It is 11 at night. You have been awake since 6. You told yourself you were going to sleep early, but your Duolingo streak is at 42 days. You open the app. You do the lesson. You tell yourself it only takes 2 minutes. That is not motivation. That is a behavioral trap, and the app's designers knew exactly how to build it. Move 3. The progress bar. This one exploits something called the goal gradient effect. Closer to the goal, you move faster and push harder. Researchers first spotted this in animal studies, then confirmed it in human consumers. That is the goal gradient effect. Consumer researcher Ran Kivetz and colleagues published research showing that loyalty card users, in a coffee shop study, visited more frequently as they got closer to a free reward. The behavior accelerated near the finish line. Apps use this constantly. LinkedIn tells you your profile is 70% complete. Spotify shows a ring filling around your listening goal. Fitness apps show a ring almost closed. The design choice is deliberate. Show you the gap, not the achievement. That gap is engineered discomfort. Your brain wants closure. The app gives you just enough progress to make stopping feel like losing. And notice, the app often gives you a head start. LinkedIn starts you at 40% complete even before you add much. That is called the endowed progress effect, giving you artificial momentum so you feel invested before you have done the work. Nunes and Drèze documented this in 2006. People were far more likely to complete a loyalty card when it started with 2 stamps already punched in, even though the total stamps required was identical. Fake head start, real investment, and invested people do not quit. Here is the twist, and this is the part most people miss. None of these mechanisms work by tricking a broken brain. They work because your brain is functioning perfectly. Dopamine, loss aversion, goal gradient. These are ancient survival tools. They helped your ancestors pursue food, avoid loss, finish what they started. The apps did not create a weakness. They found the wiring that was already there, and they plugged into it. Nothing is broken in you. You are not weak. You are just a very well-built animal being operated by very well-built software. That should make you feel something, because if the design is the problem, the design can be seen. And once you see it, it loses some of its power. If this is the kind of thing you want to keep seeing, subscribe right now. Every video on this channel exposes one more system designed to run your behavior without your permission. Takes 2 seconds. Let's talk about Move 4, because this one operates entirely below your conscious awareness. Move 4, social proof and status signaling. Gamification is not just about your own progress. It is about making sure you can see everyone else's. Leaderboards, public badges, follower counts, like tallies. These turn your behavior into a performance. And human beings are deeply wired to care about their standing in a group. This is not vanity. It is social cognition, a survival mechanism as old as the species. Fitness apps in many markets show you a weekly step count ranking among your friends. LinkedIn shows who has viewed your profile. Snapchat shows a best friends list. Each of these is a mirror held up to your social position, and your brain cannot look away. What does this do behaviorally? It creates what researchers call social comparison. You calibrate your own behavior based on what others around you are doing. If your friend has a longer streak, you open the app more. If someone surpasses you on a leaderboard, you work harder. The app is not just competing for your attention. It is using other people's behavior to compete for your attention. That is a second-order hook, and it is remarkably effective. Zoom out. Each of these moves, variable reward, streak, progress bar, social proof, is powerful alone. Stack them together, and the engineering becomes something else entirely. A well-designed gamified app hits all 4 of these levers simultaneously. You get an unpredictable reward. You are protecting a streak. A progress bar shows you almost at a milestone, and your friend is 1 level ahead of you. Each mechanism amplifies the others. The streak makes the variable reward feel more precious. The progress bar makes the social comparison feel more urgent. The design is layered, and the layers are not accidental. Researcher B.J. Fogg at Stanford's Persuasive Technology Lab has spent decades mapping how technology is designed to change behavior. His model, called the Fogg behavior model, describes how motivation, ability, and a prompt must converge for a behavior to happen. Gamification engineers all 3 simultaneously. The app raises your motivation with a streak you do not want to break. It lowers the effort required. 1 tap, 30 seconds. And it delivers a prompt, a notification, at exactly the right moment. Convergence. Behavior happens. And here is something worth sitting with. Most of this design happens in the background of your life. You are not in a casino. You did not choose to play a game. You downloaded a language app, a fitness tracker, a social platform. The game came with it. You just were not told. What do you do with this? Knowing the mechanism does not automatically free you from it, but it changes the relationship. When you feel the pull of a streak, you can name it. That is a loss aversion trigger. When a progress bar makes you uncomfortable stopping, you can name it. That is a goal gradient trap. When you open an app without deciding to, you can name it. That is a variable reward loop. Naming a mechanism is not a cure, but it inserts a pause between the trigger and the behavior. And that pause is where your actual choice lives. Audit the apps on your phone right now. Does this app use streaks? Does it show you a progress bar that is almost full? Does it show you what your friends are doing? 2 or more. You are inside a gamification stack. Not an opinion. That is the design specification. The apps are not evil. The designers are not villains. But the incentive structure of most consumer apps, especially those funded by engagement metrics or in-app purchases, aligns their success directly with your compulsion. That is the honest version of what is happening, and you are allowed to use the app anyway. Knowing the trick does not mean you have to stop. It means you stop being the pigeon pressing the lever without knowing why. Your thumb still knows the way to the app, but now you know why. Subscribe. Every video on this channel takes one system that is designed to run your behavior and shows you exactly how it works. That is the only thing this channel does, and it takes 2 seconds. Next, how slot machines were reverse engineered into your phone, and why the sound design alone is enough to trigger a craving.